right, chat. So if you don't know what I am talking about right now, this is Skyfall CMV. This came out on Tuesday. This is a CMV about 2 years in the making. Yeah. Sure, the last Huggies would have gotten would have been during the drinking stream. Ain't that something? What did I just... Oh, I went to a... Did you guys just hear a little boom? I'm sorry. My Zoom isn't correct. I've discovered it has it on a different sound key. Here, I can change that really quick. All right, there we go. That was kind of funny. Sorry to drop a falling island on you. There we go. That's what I... Go away. Go away. There we go. Oh, this man is touch starved. What? What would make you say that about Icarus? What? Oh boy. But let's dissect the CMV. I want to do a watch through with you guys real quick, where we just watch it through for anyone who hasn't seen it. If you haven't seen it, exclamation point CMV. Go watch it yourself. Go watch it 3 times by yourself. Go dissect it. Go to live blog it. Go post a reaction video to it. I don't know. What are things people do? But let's talk about this, shall we? Because I really want... I have many things to say, but let's do a watch through first for anyone who hasn't seen it. Yeah, here we go. Let's go. Ready? That's how it makes me feel. What? What? Okay, we got it. That was weird. We're good. We're good. I don't know why I did that. Also, opening credits? Wild. Wild from me.
This is the end. Hold your breath and count to 10. Feel the earth move and then
A chandelier.
hear my heart burst again. For this is the end. I've drowned and dreamt this moment, so overdue I owe them.
I love them, actually.
Swept away, I'm stolen. Let the sky fall when it crumbles. We will stand tall, face it all together. Let the sky fall when it crumbles. We will stand tall, face it all together at Skyfall.
I thought that was so quirky.
At Skyfall.
Womp womp.
Skyfall is where we start. 1,000 miles and poles apart, where worlds collide and days are dark. You may have my number, you can take my name, but you'll never have my heart. Let the sky fall when it crumbles.
Jump scare.
We will stand tall, face it all together. Let the sky fall when it crumbles. We will stand tall, face it all together at Skyfall.
I will never be over the chandelier, ever, ever.
When it crumbles, we will stand tall.
This shot.
Where you go, I go. What you see, I see. I know I'll never be me without the security. All your loving arms keeping me from harm. Put your hand in my hand and we'll stand. Let the sky fall when it crumbles. We will stand tall.
Yelling!
Together, let the sky fall when it crumbles. We will stand tall, face it all together at skyfall. Let the sky fall. We'll stand tall at skyfall.
You guys ready for the hypest transition into credits you ever dang heard? Let me out. It's a mess. And breathe. And you missed your hand twice.
That was perfect. Are they gonna be bloops?
Yeah, the boots. Now, how many of you guys stayed for the secret at the end of this? Sorry, Haley made me keep that in. Okay. I don't know how many of you would actually have stayed to see that at the end. I got jump scared the first time. Yeah. Okay. So let's talk this through. All right. Point A. Yeah, we rented out a space for this, which is kind of crazy. That we. I actually went and got a studio, and I was like, this one's great. It's got a bunch of different sets. And we had full control over the lighting in like every room, which was epic. And we had a lovely guy to help us. But yeah, okay, so fun facts about this. This sink is filled with crystal balls. You can't see it really in the shot, but I feel like you guys need to know the sink is filled with crystal balls. Like 20 crystal balls. Small, but they're in there. I don't know why. But we were like, this is fun. Seems like something she would do. I freaking love this shot. I love this shot. Yeah, you can only see it a little bit there. But Enderian little and then this chandelier. Oh my god, we saw this chandelier and we were like, we know what we have to do here. I had like rough blocking of what I wanted, but I hadn't seen like the full space when we like chose it. I saw a bunch of the walls and I was like, that looks good. We can figure it out once we're there. And I saw the chandelier and I was like, oh, they have to circle this thing if it's the last thing I do. This is the last thing I do. They have to circle this chandelier. And that is my favorite shot. And then Enderian gets her little throne. There's so many bloops of this shot where the eyes are not up and down. Before every single take, Hey was like, are my eyes right? We'd be like, yeah, move them just a little more. Netherrim and Soul. This, for anyone who doesn't, I think that we did a pretty good job portraying what, like, story-wise is happening in each of the scenes that you see. And this is the one where they make Athena. The thing that Soul hands Netherrim is baby Athena in clay, TM, right before Netherrim goes to fight. As you guys know, Netherrim went MIA after a fight. This is right before that. This is right before that happened. They make Thena, and then Netherrim leaves. That's what this is. And my favorite thing was it was always meant to look like off in the distance. Like in my original storyboards, it's like Soul turns, Netherrim walks off, Soul turns and sees like war waging really far away. And I got that when I saw this light, this little purple light over here. So when Soul does the little look off, which was very important to me, it's meant to be like she's looking off into whatever like fight is happening over there. They're so good. So overdue, I owe. Yeah, I love them. There was a lot of stuff at this place. It was kind of epic. All right, and then we got, of course, Baby Thena. And all right, when I was editing this, I sure messaged the cast Discord and I was like, guys, what if I made it sound like the Aether was crumbling? Because it's a little bit hard to get, you know, a background where it looks like pillars are falling from the sky into a void. So, you know, we had to do what we can. And I think I made up for it a lot in the little bit of sound that I did. And obviously the coloration is all wacky because it's the Aether. Which is like one of the signifying things of when you're quote unquote in the Aether. And when we were filming this, the whole point was that you guys didn't know who killed Illyrion. That was the whole point of this section. So if you see all three are there, which is true, everyone was there. The fact that everyone was there was why it was up in the air. But yeah, this is going. Together, let the sky fall. When it crumbles, we will stand tall and face it all together. 1, 2, 3. And we meant to be, we did that specifically because we were like, oh, we want to be able to release this CMV, but we don't want it to spoil who killed Illyrion, right? As if the fact we curse Soul wouldn't stop this from being posted. The reason that this took so long, like we had most of the footage. This could have come out a long time ago. It was meant to, but then we realized that you totally saw Soul get cursed and we didn't want you to see that. And for some reason we were like, yeah, we need them to not know who killed Illyrion, but yeah, we can just have Fable murk this woman on camera. And it totally won't throw them off at all. And that was the #1 thing that we were waiting on to be able to post this, which is funny because the Illyrion reveal came before the Soul reveal, which was a little silly on our part because we could have just done Illyrion's death. I love this shot. I love this shot. This room was so good. We have a lot of pictures that we all took in this tiny little room, but this great shot of Illyrion, love it. Weird husk loose imagery, etc. Love it. Then we go into Isla's section. So we have 2 Islas. we have 2 Islas. We filmed Mambu's Isla that we filmed at the location, and Hey very recently was Isla, and same with the shot of Fable. This is, if you saw How Did You Love, which came out only a couple days before this guy. Hey, I was totally filming this for me. When they went to go film that, I was like, hey, you're filming Isla. Can you go film this for me? So I can just stuff it in Skyfall? So that's why you don't see Isla's face. Is because it's 2 different people. And I think it works just fine. This is an actual amazing shout out to this room, which we kind of had the idea that this shot was going to be Isla leaving off to somewhere, right? Like it needed to be a shot of her like turning a corner where she has the baby, she looks back, she looks that way, and she walks off like she's leaving. And then we walked by this room and the guy was like, yeah, there's like a fog machine in here and it's purple. And we were like, nether portal. we have a whole nether portal room. Well, now we have to use the nether portal. We have to use the nether portal room. So it's totally Isla going through the nether portal, which is just so sick. It's so cool that we had that. All right, Len. My favorite take on this CMV was the people talking about how did we convince Centros to be Len? I don't know. He did it. He did it. It was originally just supposed to be like Fable at his desk writing papers, but there was this really sick chessboard, and I was like, oh man, it's playing chess. It's like a war table. And the actual shot that this is taken from, is one shot that we have of Centros picking it up, throwing it, picking it up again, throwing it, and I said, I'll use one of them. And this was not meant to happen. He was just aiming to throw it on the board. But when I was watching it back, I was like, oh, I have to use the one where he knocks down a piece. I have to use the one where he knocks down a piece. That's so tasty. Because it's like his piece. God, I love that. We did that completely on accident, and I was like, that is stunning. There's like 4 more takes where it doesn't knock anyone down, but it's totally him knocking down his own piece on Fable's warboard. And it's sick. And it's symbolized like what court he is. This is meant for like the audience to be able to kind of tell what's happening is him dropping, I'm not for the overworld anymore, I'm for the nether. So when he goes and sees Netherim, he gets handed the red one of the same crystal but red. Wonderful shots of Netherim together. I love that shot. This is actually one of my favorite shots of Fable in this. The lighting was just like this. In my opinion, this looks suspiciously like his war room to me. Like, this is kind of what I imagined it looking like. We got green walls, we got yellow lighting. This isn't color edited at all. That was what the lighting was like, and I was like, God damn, this is beautiful. And then we have Len going and talking to Netherim. Very cool room we had. We had stuff to mess with. Netherim was like throne room. And Len walking in, and Netherim being like, yeah, all right, here you go. Here you go, my king. I love this shot. I love the lighting here. We did this on purpose because I think it looks sick of just him switching courts. All right. And then we get shots of all the gods. Love Endirian's chandelier. It's her thing in this CMV is the chandelier. And this section is meant for you guys to unpack. This shot of Netherim is incredibly important to me. This is the prettiest shot, dude. This is just a corner in the location we filmed, and god damn was this great. That's right at the camera, baby. But no, this shot of Netherim, incredibly important. In the storyboards, it is very distinct, what we wanted this one to be. And I'll leave that one for you guys, but... Alright, this scene. Beat. Love it. It's their standoff. And then let's talk a little bit about some of the sound effects that I put in here. So Fable like summons Soul. Does he like canonically have the power to do that? Debatable. But we wanted it, so it happens in the CMV. I wanted her to dramatically appear, so she does. There's a sound there. And it is a summoning sound. It's like a magic sound, and it's notably not the same sound as Endirian's teleporting later. Endirian's teleporting later is the Enderman teleport sound that we use consistently for when Endirian teleports. But this one I wanted to be different, and it is a different sound. And then he done curses Soul, you know. This is the green light curse something. You can look at that if you really want to. God, this shot is so When it crumbles. I had a vision for this shot, chat. And I knew when I storyboarded it that I didn't know if I was going to be able to pull it off. I had an idea of what I wanted to be here, and I wanted to do the thing where you can have multiple of somebody on a screen and the way you edit that. And I really didn't know if I was going to be able to pull it off. But we filmed the same way, and basically you just keep the camera in one place, you put it in a tripod, and film the same angle over and over and over again. So there's a bunch of takes of the same scene, but it's this scene, same but here, it's same but here, and then I overlay them over each other, and this came out so much better than I thought it would. I was so nervous about this shot, chat. I was so nervous about this and it not looking good. But after I did We Don't Talk About Bruno, where I put Haley in the middle of the brothers, I was like, hold on, maybe I can pull this off. And I did. And Wither, dude. And the sound that you hear when she gets stabbed, that is the Wither summoning sound that the sound makes when you place the third skull. It's the boss spawn sound. That boom. And I was testing different sounds to put there, which is where this beauty at the end came from, because I was like, oh, what happens if I put the Wither death sound there? And it looked so silly. This is the silliest thing. Because it just looks like she's making that sound. And I did it. And Haley was sitting next to me while I was editing it. And she like could not stop laughing. And I was like, all right, fine. I keep it in. I keep it in the bloops. Because it's so funny to me. That silly little sound. And then we get Netherham grieving. Love it. Love Netherham grieving. You can hear, this is the Enderman teleport sound. It plays 4 times. 2 of them are louder than the other 2. So it's quieter, louder, louder, quieter. When it's just Endirian teleporting. Because she teleports in, and her and Fable go, her and Fable show up, and then just Endirian leaves. But if you didn't hear that before, if you listen close, you can hear a little Enderman sound. When it crumbles. And that's trapping Fable in Purgatory, which is this lovely little set. And then this sequence at the end is just great. I really like the timing. All of the cuts are on beats here, which if you listen for, that's absolutely on purpose of this. Bam. Bam. And you're absolutely meant to read his lips. In the storyboards, it literally says, yelling, but you don't hear anything. Which I really liked of just like fruitless, of Endirian like being able to see him frantically running around trying to get out and screaming, and not being able to hear anything. I love that as a little thing. There's a bunch of shots of him running around and then Netherham crying. Oh. And then, you know. She's so scary. I don't know why, but that little music transition tickles my brain, right? Really hard, actually. I don't really know why. Shout out to the amazing cast. There's a whole lot of people that got involved in this. Yeah, this is one of the bigger ones. This is one of the bigger ones. There's a lot for you guys to unpack here, especially like timeline wise. There's a couple things that are technically not in order, but if I've seen you guys kind of dissect, especially like the Isla part, about like you guys thinking this is to Endirian. Maybe this is Endirian coming on, and then this is obviously with Fable, and stuff like that. There's a whole lot of stuff you guys have dissected in this, and I am loving all of it. But yeah, no, I'm really glad you guys are liking this. If you haven't gone and looked at it yourself, go watch it yourself. I am so proud of this thing, and there are many, many CMVs still to come, chat, over the next couple days. Not days, next like couple weeks. The finale of Fable, May 17th. Before then, chat, there's a lot of stuff that's gotta come out, a lot of lores that gotta happen. I hope you guys like today's lore, obviously. The brothers, they're so, you know,